bit of a full circle moment, and I don't got nobody to talk to about this, so I'm just going to talk to everybody about it. And if you're nosy enough to stick around, I got some pictures to show you how lupus fucked up my edges and my face. But this November 2023, when I started my locks, started with some braids. Here go my first retwist. I was feeling myself. This one I moved back to my mama's house in February 2024. Again, feeling real ready. And then I started getting sick, and I started having like these sores all in my scalp. My scalp was real inflamed. And here you can kind of see how in a circle where some of like the bumps were, those was everywhere under there. So I ended up having to see a dermatologist because I also started to have these open sores on my face. They were also in my ears, in my mouth, and I couldn't really figure out what was going on. Anyway, I ended up getting a biopsy on the scalp, lupus. She gave me some creams, some prednisone. Now, this is April 29th, and I felt like I started to look a little crazy here. This is like a week of being on that prednisone, and it just was not going right. This year is May 6th. Now, this is the last day I remember before I woke up in the hospital on May 13th at 3 p.m. And I included this so that you could see that this was May 12th at 4 a.m. Apparently, my daughter called the ambulance for me. Yeah, she saved my life. So now I get out the hospital. I done got all these other additional diagnoses and stuff and all these doctors. So I'm at the doctor all summer, like, with my bucket hats on, because these stuff on my face is just kind of just spreading and getting darker over time, and I'm still using all the steroid creams there and on my head and everything. And so I'm about to jump to July 31st. Now, this to me was the peak. This is where you can see really how it took my edges, like my whole hairline. That is not hair. It's just black, and those patches on my face were like hard leather spots, like hard and leathery, So this is where I stopped using the creams, and I started switching to natural soap, and I tried to wear some makeup, but it looked so hard. And here's New Year's Eve going into 2025. That's when I started using just turmeric soap and witch hazel and stuff. And so February, my hair started to grow back out, and this is with a little makeup. Spots are still all through. July 2025, my hair growing back. I'm taught myself how to braid. Here go August. My face really cleaned up. I get my eyebrows done. Eyebrows going back. And it's February of this year. That's my hair and everything. You see my edges starting to grow back and everything. And then I messed up because my Aunt Pat died. Rest in peace, Aunt Pat. Did my hair like this for her funeral service and was not very careful when I was taking it down. Accidentally cut a whole cornrow off while I was taking it down. And I thought it was cool at first, had a little patch, whatever. But then this is in the end of June of this year when I realized that patch was much bigger than I thought it was. And I was so pissed and so upset about it that I ended up looking like this by the end of the day. But it's all cool, you know what I'm saying? I text my son barber, and he had me so hyped to get my hair cut. Like, he really had me going and talk about a new look. Baby, new look indeed. I was feeling myself all night at that wedding. You can't tell me shit. Bald head hoe shit all summer. Thank you for listening.